Hello and welcome to Daily English Flow. We're really happy you're here. I'm Amelia.
And I'm James. On this channel, we practice real, everyday English with simple and natural conversations.
If you enjoy learning this way, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. All right, let's get started.
So, Amelia, today feels like a new start kind of day. Have you ever noticed how we keep waiting to begin?
Oh, yes, like we're standing at a bus stop thinking the perfect bus will arrive. Spoiler, it never does.
Exactly. People say, I'll change when I have more time. But somehow, more time never shows up, right?
Right, and the funny thing is, time doesn't knock and say, hey, I'm free now. We have to make space for it.
Let's talk about goals then. When you hear stop waiting, what does it mean to you in real life?
It means doing one small thing today, even if it's messy. Not a huge jump, just a tiny step that proves you care.
I like that. I used to wait for motivation first, like motivation was a coffee delivery. But it's not that simple.
Same, motivation often comes after action. You start, and then your brain goes, oh, we're doing this now.
Can we give listeners a simple picture? Like, building a life is kind of like building a wall, one brick at a time.
Yes, and your bricks are small actions. One page read, one email sent, 10 minutes walking, one lesson practiced.
Let's make it super practical. If someone wants better English, what is one brick they can place today?
Listen to one short podcast episode or repeat 5 useful phrases out loud. 5 is small, but it adds up fast.
I love the 5 idea. It feels friendly, not scary. But why do you think people still delay, even with small steps?
Honestly, fear. Fear of failing, fear of looking silly, fear of starting and then stopping. Fear is loud sometimes.
True. I remember my first time speaking English to a stranger. My heart was racing like I was in an action movie.
And did you survive the movie scene? Because you're here now and you're speaking great English.
I survived, but I made mistakes, and guess what? The world didn't end. The person even smiled and helped me.
That's the secret. You can feel nervous and still do the thing. Courage isn't a feeling first, it's an action.
So action makes fear smaller, like turning the lights on in a dark room, and suddenly it's not so scary.
Exactly. Waiting makes the fear grow because your mind creates scary stories. Doing gives you real information.
Okay, let's share a personal example. What's something you used to wait for that you finally started?
I kept saying I'd start stretching when I had a perfect routine. Then one day I stretched for 3 minutes only.
3 minutes? That's almost nothing, but also it's something. And I bet it made you feel proud.
Yes, and after a week, it became 10 minutes without pressure. The first brick was tiny, but it changed my mood.
That reminds me of my favorite trick, the 5-minute rule. When I don't want to start, I promise just 5 minutes.
Oh, I use that too. It's like telling your brain, relax, we're not climbing a mountain, we're tying our shoes.
And after 5 minutes, I usually continue. Starting is the hardest part, so I focus on the start, not the finish.
So if you're listening right now, choose one tiny brick for today. Not tomorrow, not someday, today for real.
And maybe write it down after this episode. Give your dream a time and a place, like a real appointment.
Writing it down really changes things, doesn't it? A thought in your head is soft, but a written plan feels more serious.
Yes, it's like telling yourself, I see you, goal, and I'm not ignoring you anymore. That feels powerful and honest.
Let's talk about excuses because we all have a full collection of them. What's the most common one you hear?
Easy. I'm too busy. People say it like a fact, not a choice, but somehow they still find time to scroll online.
That one hurts because it's true. Being busy often means our time goes to habits, not to real priorities.
Exactly. Time shows us what matters, even when we don't want to admit it. Our calendar tells the real story.
Another excuse I hear is, I'll start when I feel ready. But ready is such a strange word, don't you think?
Very strange. Ready sounds nice, but it's vague. You can wait your whole life to feel ready and never move.
I think ready often means safe. And change is not always safe, but it can still be good and meaningful.
That's a great point. Growth usually feels uncomfortable at first, like wearing new shoes that need time to fit.
So maybe the question isn't, am I ready, but am I willing to try even if it feels awkward or imperfect?
I like that question a lot. It gives permission to be human, not perfect. And perfection is another big blocker.
Oh, yes, perfection can freeze people completely. They plan forever and never act because the plan isn't flawless.
I've been there. I once delayed a project for months just because I wanted the perfect start. It never came.
And when you finally started, how did it feel? Was it as scary as your mind imagined?
Not at all. It was messy, yes, but also exciting. I learned more in 1 week of action than months of thinking.
That's such an important lesson. Action teaches faster than thinking. Life gives feedback only when you move.
Let's connect this to learning English again. Many listeners are afraid to speak because they want zero mistakes.
But mistakes are actually signs of progress. If you make mistakes, it means you're using the language, not hiding.
Exactly. Silence feels safe, but it teaches nothing. A broken sentence teaches more than a perfect thought.
I love that line. A broken sentence teaches more than a perfect thought. That should be on a poster.
Maybe we'll make one someday. But seriously, confidence grows from doing, not from waiting.
And confidence is quiet at first. It doesn't shout. It starts as a small voice saying, "Hey, I did that."
Yes, and every small win adds weight to that voice. After a while, it becomes stronger than the voice of doubt.
Let's talk about comparison because waiting often comes from looking at others and feeling behind.
Comparison is tricky. We see someone's result, not their process, and then we judge our beginning.
Which is totally unfair to ourselves. Everyone starts confused, slow, and unsure. That part is just hidden.
So, if someone listening feels late or behind, what would you honestly tell them right now?
I'd say this: you're not late, you're just at the start, and the start is exactly where action matters most.
That's comforting. The start doesn't need talent, money, or luck. It only needs a decision to move.
And that decision can be small, so small that fear doesn't even notice it at first. That's my favorite kind.
I really like that idea. Doing something so small that fear stays asleep. Fear wakes up only when we plan big drama.
Exactly. Fear loves big promises and scary deadlines, but tiny actions feel boring to fear, so it doesn't fight back.
Let's talk about habits then. Many people think habits are strict rules, but I see them more like friendly support.
Same here. A good habit should help your life feel easier, not make you feel guilty every time you miss a day.
Guilt is heavy. When habits feel like punishment, people avoid them, and then they feel worse about themselves.
That's why kindness is important. If you miss a day, you don't quit. You just come back the next day, calmly.
This reminds me of how we talk to ourselves. That inner voice can be really harsh when we don't act fast enough.
Yes, that voice loves words like always and never. You always fail. You never finish anything.
And the brain believes it. If you hear something often, it starts to feel like truth, even if it's not fair.
That's why changing the language helps. Saying, "I'm learning," feels very different from saying, "I'm bad at this."
Language shapes action. When your words are kind, your body feels safer, and starting feels less painful.
I notice that when I speak kindly to myself, I return to good habits faster, without shame or pressure.
Same here. Fear slows people down, but kindness creates movement. It gives space to try again.
Let's connect this to waiting. Sometimes we wait because we're afraid to disappoint ourselves or others.
That's true. If you don't start, you can't fail. Waiting feels safe in the moment, but stressful later.
Yes, avoidance feels comfortable now, but it creates more stress and regret in the future.
Action is uncomfortable now, but it creates relief later. So it's really a choice between two kinds of discomfort.
That's a powerful way to see it. You choose your discomfort, short and useful, or long and heavy.
When you say it like that, action sounds much more attractive, even if it's not perfect action.
Perfection is overrated anyway. Progress is much more interesting and much more realistic for real life.
Let's give listeners another clear example. Imagine someone wants to change their life but feels stuck.
I'd tell them to stop asking big questions like, what is my purpose? And start with, what's one next step?
Yes, purpose can grow from action. You don't find meaning first and then live. You live and meaning appears.
That's such a calm idea. It removes pressure. You don't need the full map, just the next small direction.
Like walking in fog. You can't see the whole road, but you can see the next few steps, and that's enough.
And with every step, the fog moves a little. Waiting doesn't move the fog at all.
So today, instead of waiting for clarity, energy, or confidence, choose movement, even slow movement.
Slow is still forward, and forward is the only direction that teaches you something new.
I think many people forget that slow progress is still progress. Social media makes us think everything must be fast.
Yes, we see highlights, not real life. Real change is quiet, slow, and sometimes boring, but it's also stable.
Stable is a good word. Fast change can disappear quickly, but small daily actions build something strong.
And strong habits don't need motivation every day. They work even on tired days, bad days, normal days.
Let's talk about energy for a moment. Some people wait to feel energetic before they start anything new.
That's a big trap. Energy often comes after action, not before. Movement creates energy, not the other way around.
Exactly. If you wait to feel perfect, you might wait forever. But if you start tired, energy can meet you halfway.
I like that image. You walk toward energy, and it walks toward you too. Meeting in the middle feels fair.
Another reason people wait is fear of judgment. They worry about what others might think if they try and fail.
But most people are too busy thinking about themselves, and even if someone judges, it doesn't stop your growth.
True, other people's opinions don't pay your bills or build your skills. Your actions do.
And when you look back 1 year later, you won't remember the comments, you'll remember what you built.
That's powerful. Time rewards action, not waiting. It's very honest in that way.
Let's slow this down and speak directly to the listener for a moment. If you feel stuck, that's okay.
Yes, feeling stuck doesn't mean you're broken. It usually means you're ready for a small change.
You don't need a big plan tonight. Just decide one small thing you will do after this episode ends.
Maybe you'll write one sentence in English, or speak out loud for 1 minute, or listen to another short video.
Whatever it is, let it be simple and kind. You're not trying to prove anything. You're just practicing being active.
And if you miss a day tomorrow, that doesn't cancel today. Progress is not all or nothing.
That's such an important reminder. One missed day doesn't erase your effort. It's just a pause, not the end.
Life is not a straight line anyway. It's more like a path with turns, stops, and small rest breaks.
What matters is that you keep choosing to move again, without drama, without self-hate.
Calm action is very underrated. Loud motivation fades, but calm action stays.
So, if we could leave listeners with one simple idea today, what would it be for you?
I'd say this: don't wait to become someone else. Start as you are, where you are, with what you have.
I love that. And I'd add, small steps done daily can change your life more than big plans done never.
That feels like a perfect place to pause and breathe for a second.
Yes, if this conversation helped you even a little, we're really glad you spent this time with us.
Thank you for listening and practicing English with us today. We're proud of you for showing up.
Don't forget, you can always come back and listen again. Repetition is part of learning.
And remember, you don't need to wait for the right moment. This moment is already enough.
Thanks for being with us on Daily English Flow. Take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye for now, and keep moving forward, one small step at a time.